Hello, good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to tonight's ALTTPR daily race here on Speed Gaming 3. Today we have ourselves MISC, the other half of MISC Monday. We have a Triforce Hunt, and we're going to be getting underway pretty soon. Shivahe, Signums, Ravis, and Gloin. Professor Render here, joined by, once again, Yoko.
Hi, everyone.
Yay! So, a Triforce Hunt seed, and we're going to get underway. Let the Triforce Hunt begin. The Triforce Hunt is a seed where your goal is to get as the required amount of Triforce pieces on the top of the screen, and then go over to talk to this NPC that's right outside the castle, and you win the game. Pretty straightforward.
We got also a wonderful set of sprites this race as well.
That is true. We have Shiva running the normal Link sprite, Signum's running the Pac-Man Ghosts, Ravos running the Sonic sprite, and Gloin playing as the old man. Starting things off of a mirror right inside the secret passage, while Shiva is set up for a hula hand trick.
And there's our and Reeve is finding our first piece of the Triforce.
First of many.
Looks like 20 for this race here today.
Yeah, we need 22. We need 20 in order to finish the seed off and talk to Muradala. And there are, I believe, 30 other Triforce pieces out in the world.
Getting a tree pole, and we have arrows today for the tree. And Reeve is giving out a check over at the race game, and it's a piece of heart.
And the Lumberjack Ledge was only 10 arrows. We're obviously not going to kill Aga 1 just for that. Of course,
Nope.
we may also need to kill Aga 1 for Dark World access, because there's also Triforce pieces in the Dark World. It is a Triforce hunt. It's a scavenger hunt, but with Triforce pieces, or Dorito pieces. I don't know what you prefer. I just like to say Triforce pieces, because that's exactly what they are. Triforce pieces, and nothing more.
And we did have a map check. Desert Palace being a pendant dungeon, while Eastern Palace and Tower of Hera happen to be crystals.
And Sick Kid giving out a piece of the Triforce.
How did he get that?
He had a bottle.
True, but I'm still wondering how he ended up with the piece of a Triforce.
Oh, that? Maybe Hylia descended down onto the Sick Kid and gave him a piece of the Triforce? I don't know.
Right. Thinking maybe either that or he found it, just like the... just like a shard of the Shikan jewel from Inuyasha.
The Sheikah? But we did get a map check, and we did. It's a pendant on Desert Palace.
Right. And a mushroom at the back of the bar.
Gloin buying the bombs off of the shop, while Shiva gets the Triforce piece off of the Sick Kid. Reba is going to drop down to the back of the well, getting a lamp to start things off.
piece of heart. 20 rupees. Those are for a level 1 sword and 20 more rupees.
I feel like it looks like more like to me, I don't know if it looks like a butter knife to me. But there's directly after that, there's a diamond sword directly after that. Or or just in layman's terms, a master sword.
Right. The regular sword evolved into the master.
Pretty much. And there's some half magic that okay, slow down. Slow down! We have
There's another piece of Triforce. And there's a heart.
already.
I think the seed is making up for last night.
I want to say so too, and there's one of the
There's our ice rod.
That was the fire rod.
No, that was the ice rod.
Oh, that was the ice rod? Okay, it's hard to tell from a distance.
And we also had the Ravis also picked up the ether medallion as well.
I mean, who needs an ice rod hunt when we have a Triforce hunt? That's miles better than just a hunt for a rod that shoots ice.
True. Well, maybe we can give it to Iceman later.
Rave is making the immediate check over to the the potion shop. Gonna go and turn on that mushroom using that fake flipper. That's typically with the fake flipper that Ravis did. It's more common in cross keys because it's a free entrance right out of the gates.
Right.
And just 5 rupees. Ravis opting to save scum that for a fake powder.
Ravis going, I believe. I want to say he's gonna go check out Swamp. And Shiva picks up another piece of the Triforce in the chest in the swamp area.
Just a fifth of the way to go, or a fifth of the way done.
And a piece of heart down there at the bottom at the drained well when we drain it out. And Shiva doing the South Shore check, starting off with the mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, this is one of the big ones. Five items in this one of the next few checks that our runner will typically do when starting off a seed.
And there's a level 3 sword already.
Jeez,
a moon pearl. A heart container, and another piece of the Triforce.
That's a quarter done. Already we had tempered sword and already a quarter of the way done.
I think the seed is starting to make up for what happened last night with that seed.
I would most likely think so, because this is this Monday after all. There's a lot of fun things going on this Monday, and Triforce Hunt is no exception. That's why everyone likes this mode, I guess.
Yeah, for me, just give me good old standard.
And Sickdom's gonna go and grab that 1000-degree sword from the mini Moldorm cave. And to answer a question, chat, and those who have already come in early, so we are coming a little bit later than. So this is a Triforce Hunt seed. Your goal is to get 20 pieces of the Triforce, and there's actually 30 Triforce pieces in the pool. And once you get 20 of those Triforce pieces, you go over to Muradala, a elder that's situated outside the castle, and talk to him when you have 20 Triforce pieces, and you win the game. Pretty straightforward. Yes, it is.
Yep. So mainly we're on the great Hyrule treasure hunt.
It's a Hylian treasure hunt. That's exactly what it is. Ravis opting to do a bomb jump, or at least a bomb damage boost to situate himself
Fake
over
flipper.
to get the fake flipper initiated, and Glowing looking to go to do the front of escape.
Two chests here at the waterfall, and we have another piece of the Triforce, and and our butter is
Already corn on the cob, like already corn on the cob is, and all four Triforce, all four swords are in the light world.
And Ravis doing the water walk glitch while Signomus is checking out the Sahashila's closet for a blue boomerang. Ravis over at the hobo, and we get a big 20.
Okay, that's fine. Signom's opting to go for the really early play.
And there's the power gloves in Zelda's cell.
Very nice pickup for Gloin. Signom's, yeah. So the big thing about this is that you don't necessarily have to clear out all the dungeons, because since your goal is to find 20 Triforce pieces and then bring it to Muradala, you don't have to necessarily clear them unless there is an item that could potentially have a Triforce piece. Like, of course, if there's a boss that has an item, it's more likely that, or it's possible that you might find a Triforce piece, just like Signom's did in the Eastern Palace. Just the first chest in there. And also, this is open mode, so yes, so it's open mode Triforce Hunt. Heading to the back of the state.
And we've got 3 chests back here. Ravis doing a tree pull.
Signom's finding
picks
the
up a-
bomb pack. That's
We got a piece of pot. Nothing useful in the back of X.
Nope. But those 10 bombs are the same bombs that the uncle gives you if you're playing standard with randomized swords.
It's one of the random items that you could get from Uncle.
Yes, that is true.
And we're getting Ingop going, giving us our Death Mountain. Hey, he found his his long-lost twin brother.
Yeah, I don't know why his twin brother is in this cave. It's not like it's a long distance.
Sure. Maybe
And
just
that's
like
it.
spelunking.
Or flooped.
And his twin brother has a piece of the Triforce. So that puts going up to 7 pieces of the Triforce.
There's actually 7 Triforce pieces in.
And bombs on the other side of the ledge check.
My eyes weren't mistaken. Signum's picked up the flippers in Eastern Palace. $100 rupees on top of the.
And he gets deadlocked out of the Tower of Hair.
That's a really annoying dead rock to have. It's a really annoying dead rock to be placed in there, just because you're going into Tower of Hera. It's a dungeon that you can do, but there's that annoying dead rock in the way. So, like, okay, like 5-10 seconds, somewhere around there. But glowing does get the big key.
Right, and in the front part of the basement, we had a piece of heart. Shiva following closely behind, and also begins their Tower of Hera.
And there's a hammer.
And sorry, I disconnected myself there for a second.
Yeah, but we did put the hammer in Hera. That's Darkworld access. And Glowing just taking the opportunity to go and check out the rest of Death Mountain while he's there.
Right, and definitely, and Shiva also on a way to pick up the hammer there as well. Going to check out the Spiral Cave, and since we don't have boots, we gotta take the long way around.
Routes. Because why not? Or the fact we don't have the boots. That also applies.
That, yeah. That and good exercise as well. Well, we find the red boomerang. And taking a death on that dead rock.
Minor inconvenience, really, because he's on the mountain. He could just go to that save quit point.
But meanwhile, Shiva going to check out Darkworld. We now have that hammer, so that opens up a lot over in Darkworld. And making their way over to the Hype Cave.
Or, as I personally call it, Cave 73, because it's not really
yeah, it's been duds the last couple times. Piece of heart to start off. Let's see if it improves. We got 20 rupees, a heart container, another heart container. Wow, 3 pieces of...
It's the Love Cave.
Yes!
Cave 73 bites you by hearts. And maybe red face. Once again.
Once again, that Hype Cave has failed us. Signum's picking up their power glove. And going to check out Paradox Cave. Shiva passing up the blue and mail, going picking up another piece of Triforce, giving him now, bringing him up to a total of 8 pieces.
Now, since Ravus did get that other Triforce piece, to get the other piece of that one Triforce piece, that wasn't in Gloin's path, he actually will be still in kind of in the lead here.
And going picking up finding the bow
and book. I mean, to be fair, really, you don't have to worry about pedestal. Like I said, really, there's only like 30 items, like 30 Triforce. Like only halfway there. And
Digging Game coughs up only 20 pieces of the big 20. Ravus picking up their hammer and making their way over to the hype cave. And going to check out K45. Oh no, he's going to go check out one of the 2 tablets. This is the Bombos medallion, and for that he gets the Titan's mitts.
Very valuable item to have.
That really opens a lot of access now. That really opens up Dark World for him. Shiva playing the treasure hunt game and just finds rupees. Now I don't believe we had a proper map check yet of Dark World.
Yeah, we haven't seen a map.
Shiva checking out Thieves' Town, picking up another piece of Triforce.
Or Shiva.
No, it's a I guess in Triforce Hunt, I guess during a map check, it is kind of unimportant at this point, because we're just searching for the pieces of the Triforce that Zelda hid around.
Yep. Well, yeah, pretty much. You don't have to really worry about map checks in this mode, because really, all you're really focused on is just item density, and that's it. Your main goal is to find the most item dense location that you can do already. And in this case, Shiva Hayes going to go for the Thieves' Town, because that is currently the second highest of the items you can get. Now, Gloin does have that bow, like we mentioned earlier. So Gloin could go for what is currently the number one. Just going for the number one in his case. Helps, but Signum's he has a mirror, he has the flippers, and he has the hammer. Still looking for a hook shot, but if he finds a hook shot, you're definitely. I'm not surprised. It wouldn't be surprising if Signums goes for what's essentially the highest in the Dark World. That is Swamp Palace with 6 items.
Agreed on that. And for returning to Smith, we have another piece of Triforce. Very close race with the pieces of Triforce now. With that, and we're gonna go check out the Mad Batter. So we're gonna go to the Bat Cave.
And a Canis Maria.
Oh, that's always useful.
Well, I mean, in the case of Triforce hunts, so as long as Turtle Rock doesn't have, like, say, you have a Turtle Rock or something, then I don't think the Cane's useful. I don't think the Cane's any useful in this mode, but I could be fooled pretty easily.
Right. It's good for taking care of those blue-red crystals as well.
That is true.
Alright, we're gonna get the big treasure chest checked in Thieves Town. Rave is making their way through it, and it's nothing but the map.
I'm the map.
It's just a bell.
It's just a map. But Shiva is going to go over to the blind fight. This is something I've been trying to practice. That all-important blind script. Signum's getting... So currently Signums and Gloin are just neck and neck to each other in terms of Triforce count. Only half of the way there.
Right.
But a very excellent blind script for Shiva Haze. And technically this would be first blood if we weren't playing Triforce Hunt, but we haven't had first blood a while ago. But I'm gonna say anyway, 27-24. Shiva Haze draws first blood. And there's the fire rod. Well, I'm sure Square has it, but still. Shiva Haze finds like a fire rod. Oh right, I forgot. There is something, a correction in chat. Signum's drew first blood with Molten. I completely forgot about that. Second blood, let's say. Shiva Haze shot second blood. Anyway.
And we now make our way over to Shiva, making their way over to Skull Woods. And from the looks of it, I'm going to say Signums is going to go check out Pod.
Pod's a perfectly fine play.
And he does have the... Signums does have the bow to complete it.
There is that map check. That was a 5-6 crystal over on Thieves Town, and then Skull Woods, or not Skull Woods, Swamp Palace is the other one. 5-6 crystal.
And the Ice Palace is our green crystal, so in case if Sahashala has a piece of the Triforce.
But seeing that we're only like halfway there, and we're not living on a prayer, I I don't expect Signums to go and
have
do that.
and get, yeah. Shiva making their way now over to the Mothula.
Fire Rod, to answer a question, chat, was on the C-shaped house.
And Shiva taking the long way around in that in the rando I guess that rando.
Shiva Hayes dropping down to the Modula fight. Now this fight's rather annoying if you're playing haphazardly. You can take a lot of damage really quickly if you're just flailing around. But Shiva Hayes gets the blue pendant.
And also that the spikes negate the damage as well. So if you're using using the fire rod, you got to be careful because those spikes will negate the fire rod damage. Signum's picking up their 11th piece of the Triforce in pod as well on that. Ravis checking out Meanwhile, Ravis is over at the graveyard ledge.
And to be a little bit more specific in terms of why, like, if in terms of the spikes negating the damage, we're mostly referring to just the wall spikes, like the spikes on the wall. There's the hook shot for Ravis. Well, it looked a bit like the hook shot at least.
No, it was the hook shot.
Alright, cool. Sorry. Yeah, because for whatever reason, the back of the wall, the wall spikes at the back of the wall, at the back, or the sides of the arena, they count as tier 4 damage. And tier 4 damage, for whatever reason, the programmer said, hey, if it's not, let's make tier 4 weapons ineffective against Smodula. So they did just that, but also spikes are part of that tier 4 damage, even though they just bounce you back if you're just stationary spikes, and they don't do any damage. And as a result, it's entirely possible if you have a gold sword and you're fighting Modula, you cannot use your sword, period, because the gold sword is tier 4 damage. So you have to use your fire rod or just not pick up the gold sword, period, in order to at least do damage onto Modula. But the good thing about the randomizer is that the devs of the randomizer made it so that if you have a gold sword in hand, they actually fix it. I believe what they did, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that what they did is they made the gold sword when fighting doing damage against Modula, it's a tier 3 damage, not tier 4 like it's supposed to be.
So they moved the butter sword down one level for damage wise. Meanwhile, while you're giving that explanation, I just want to point out Signum's picking up the Bombos medallion.
Also, when I was giving out the information about Modula being kind of weird in the fight, there was a piece of the Triforce locked away behind the cape on top of the bumper cave.
We'll see if that comes back to haunt our players.
Shiva Hayes picking up the hook shot from Graveyard Ledge, and so will Gloin. Gloin still has the advantage, in my opinion, because of those Titan's mitts. Once he goes back up the mountain, he's going to do pretty much... Well, to be fair, Shiva Haze and everyone else could just go on the mountain and do Dark Death Mountain.
Right. Clear all that
Actually,
out.
no, I made a mistake. Yeah, it's,
They,
I forgot. There's no Titans. Gloin's the only one with the Titans.
right.
They don't know where the Titans are.
Well, we are going to get a pyramid check from Signums.
Yeah, check out the Pyramid Ledge. And another piece of the Triforce.
And there's a piece of the Triforce also on the pyramid ledge as well. Signums is doing the Super Bunny Cave check.
Gloin finding another piece of the Triforce within Super Bunny Cave. He's doing Dark Death Mountain.
Right.
It's the only one who can do Dark Death Mountain.
Means he only has 7 more pieces to go.
Gloin heading over to Hookshot Cave. Signum's activating the flute.
And out of all that, we have a bottle.
And the blue potion, too.
Yep. And ether for Turtle Rock to get us in there today. Oh. And the dead rock pushes him right back into the teleporter. Enters warp point.
And so Ravis, also in pod, actually gonna get the flute that was found by Signums. Gloin actually heading over to Turtle Rock. Like, he's gonna do that right away. He's gonna use that cane to advantage.
Well, we found a compass in the first chest.
Now, the one key thing about doing dungeons in this regard, when you're playing Triforce Hunt, it's always important to count the items. So you count your dungeon items, or at least count the items in general. So in case there is an item that you have to, there's an item on a boss, which could possibly lead to a piece of hearts, or not a piece of heart, a Triforce piece. It's definitely important in this mode.
Definitely. Finds the big key and a small key in the room above the torch.
And to answer your question, chat, today's mode is Triforce Hunt. The goal of Triforce Hunt is to get 20 of out of 30 possible Triforce pieces that scattered around Hyrule. And then once you're done with that, you make a mad dash over to Muradala, who is a NPC elder, just situated outside of the castle. And then you just talk to him when you have 20 Triforce pieces, and you win. Previous iterations of the randomizer just ended the game direct after 20 Triforce pieces. After one player gets 20 Triforce pieces. But now that has been changed in version 31.
What's the, and going finding the silvers.
And Ravis is gonna go get those Titans mitts off of Bombo's tablet.
And meanwhile, going to check out Mimic Cave. And for all that hard work, just 5 rupees.
And to answer a question, chat, the flippers were in the Eastern Palace bait chest.
And going just picking up his boots in Turtle Rock. So Goin is the first player out of the 4 in the restream to actually get gotta go.
You. Alright. Laser bridge time.
And with no shield too. Alright, finds a piece of the Triforce. Well, puts him up to 14. We got 20. A small key.
One more to do. And a shield. And that will do it for Turtle Rock. So now Gloin only needs 6 more Triforce pieces, and he'll be great. Shiva Haze going over to Eastern Palace to get those flippers.
And Ravis going over to check the ether tablet. And for destroying that tablet, it just nets us a heart container. So going now up to 15 pieces of the Triforce, needs 5 more to win. Going to check out the bunk rocks. For piece of heart. This is still all 4 racers still very close. And a very good race indeed we have to. We're just using that potion to help him on with the spike cave, and for that trouble nets him a bottle. And going back to the library, picks up the piece of the Triforce that was on top of the book.
Oh, hi, there's 16 for coin now. Just came back.
Yeah, you just picked that last. You just picked the last one up on top of the bookcase in the library.
Ah, okay. And Shiva gets the flippers off of Eastern Palace.
And getting that piece of Triforce on top of the pyramid. On Pyramid Ledge, only 3 more to go. Ravis unlocking his fast travel, the flute, so he now has the bird.
To answer your question, chat, yes, there have been some runners to hit the pod. And there was something in there. To answer another question, Chad, that was the flute. And Signum's gotta get the talismans off the Bombos tablet.
And Ravis picking up the lunch. And Signum's making their way over to Meyer. So we're gonna get our long-awaited check over at the Meyer shed.
Meyer shed, piece of heart, and red mill. Now Blinky joins the fray.
He started off as Clyde. Quake is needed to get in Meyer today. Signum is now going over to Checkerboard Cave.
Shiva gained the Chaos and Mario off of the powder.
And going up to 18 pieces, there's another piece of the Triforce right there. So that brings Signums up to 14 pieces found.
And seeing that Gloin is heading over to get the flute in pod. Actually, we already have we know about a few places that we could. We have one more of our check that we can. We have another piece of the Triforce that would actually result in Gloin finishing the seed up. And all he really needs is that cape.
Right. And Signum's picking up the Cane of Brian over on Desert Palace Ledge.
That does enable Spike Cave to be checked. And another piece of the Triforce. So if Gloin, at this point in the sea, Gloin, once he goes and activates the flute, he's gonna be the first one to finish.
And we're up here in Commentator's No Mode. We know all the last couple pieces of the Triforce are at. Shiva going to go check out Zora. And does Zora rip us off today? No! Zora coughs up a piece of the Triforce.
Very nice for Shiba A's. There's a couple of, there's a couple other places that Gloin could go and finish the seed up, but I feel like Gloin is more likely than not gonna go and activate the flute. Or no, actually, there was a piece of Triforce in there, so that's already one away. So really, at this point in the game, you need to go find any of the last other items. At least technically, Gloin could be considered go mode because he has that flute in hand.
Right.
Oh boy, Desert Palace is coming up. The whole desert area coming out very Dorito-y, I guess.
And Signa's making their way over to Agina's cave. And hiding in Agina's closet, we have a piece of the Triforce. So that brings Signum now up to 16. So now it's a race for second place. I want to say it's a race between the other three runners.
Yeah, really, Signums is the only one who has the second place position. And keep in mind, there are other runners behind the scenes that not the four runners, which, by the way, these four runners are doing amazing. You should give them a follow. But yeah, I'm saying, okay, so Gloin is going to go and Gloin is going to activate the flute. Any one of the items, any one of the places any one of the checks in Desert Palace or the desert area will give him the win.
Right. And then it's just a mad dash for second place.
Ravis, though, gonna go and get that Triforce piece over on Agina's cave. It's gonna be this probably taking the lead on second place on the restream. And yeah, Gloin is heading over to the desert area. First, check out the item on top of the desert ledge. Shiva is going to tie for Ravis. Glowing gonna get the red mail. Not like it's gonna matter here, because any one of these checks is going to stop. It's going to be the end of it. And Glowing is going to go and grab the item. It's going to grab the one off of this
Checkerboard.
the checkerboard cave. That will be plenty enough for Glowing to finish this out. So now it's just a mad dash to Muradala, and he will win. Alright, it's on his way over to Muradala. And that will do it. Get your GGs in chat for Glowing.
Yep.
And not only does he finish first on the restream with an official SRL time of 55:15, but he's also the overall winner in this race. Congratulations. Played it pretty. Oh no! He actually played the CML very, very well. He found the Tidesmiths very early on, and that was pretty much leverage to keep him on that Triforce count.
Rava's gonna go check out Catfish. Catfish coughing up piece of heart. Signum's now making their way through the Ice Palace. And Shiva about to pick up their piece of the their 18th piece of the Triforce.
And Glenn will join us for an interview, but either way, get your GGs in chat for Glowing. Okay, so Ravis and Signum's both in Ice Palace. Shiva Hayes will actually will reclaim the second place position on the restream, as he's going over to Super Bunny Cave and going to get his 19th crystal, or 19th Triforce piece. Alright, Shiva going for the hookshot cave, gonna get that bottle of blue potions. Potions.
Shiva making their way over to Turtle Rock. Signum's picking up their 9th. I believe that's Signum's 18th piece of the Triforce.
Yeah, that's 18. And Pedestal only had a full heart. I mean, to be fair, Pedestal wouldn't be able to be checked it anyway because of the nature of the seed, of how this mode works. And as chat points out, this will actually be Shiva Hayes' 20th and final Triforce piece within Turtle Rock.
You're just finding the big key.
Raven's gonna go and check out the freeze ore room. Hoping to find another piece of the Triforce.
And
There
he
it is.
does. Puts him in the lead there. Now he can just...
Well, tied up, but Stephen Hayes will still get the 20th piece eventually.
Right. Well, I'm talking about between Ravis and Signums. Puts him in the lead over that race.
Right. Right, I get it.
Signum's finding the shovel.
Good idea finding a Triforce piece on the big spot. So to recap everything that happened, earlier on there was a pretty big push for AGA 1. And then there was the Titan's Mitts on there was a Titan's Mitts on the Bombless tablet, which Glenn got was the first of the featured runners to do such to get it. And then Signum is finding the flippers within the Eastern Palace big chest. First one to get that too. He just synced up a coaster fight, but Signum's very perfection. Perfection.
And Ravis finishing a second behind on that.
It's highly possible that Ravis could check out Sahasrara, but first of all, it's going to check out the dig spot, potentially snipe out Shiva Hayes. If he finds a Triforce piece on the dig spot, just 20 rupees. Okay, this makes sense for Shiva. He's gonna go grab the Triforce piece on top of the library. And that will be his 20th.
Right. And Signum's going over to check the ether tablet. We already know what that held.
Yeah, just a hard container. Raven's gonna go to Skull 1. That will be his final one. And Shiva Hayes is going to finish second on the race stream with an official SRL time of 1:05:04, and it's good for 7th place overall. Following, just before Shiva Hayes finished, we had Spam Masubi in 6th place with a time of 1:03:57. SAGTG in 5th place with a time of 1:01:44. Koi in 4th place with a time of 59:09. Plasma Kappa in 3rd place with a time of 56:56. And Edgeworth, not Miles Edgeworth, in 2nd place with a time of 55:25, or 26 rather. And we are joined by Shiva Hayes.
Yo, GG.
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 What a seed.
Yeah, the Bombos medallion, having the Titan bits, which Glowing was the first one to get, and then there was the flippers in the User Palace. What a weird way to put the items. And for the longest time, the C was pushing Aga 1 very, very hard.
And we
That's
have
true.
Sorry guys to interrupt there. We have Ravis that finished with a official time of 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 43. Get your GGs together in chat. And we are also joined by Ravis here. Ravis, GG.
GG.
Yeah. We're just talking about Titan bits on Bombo's tablet and Easter Palace bit chest having the flippers. And we also talk about how the C pretty much pushed Aga 1 very, very hard at the start before it, like, oh, there's a hammer. Never mind.
Yeah, I was pretty sure to get the glove somewhere to get Death Mountain access with the mirror. But I didn't expect the hammer to be in Hera, so... And I also forgot to go to the right side of Death Mountain after I mirrored out of Hera after 2 items.
You weren't the only
Yeah,
one.
the good thing about the fact that Hammer was in Hera is that the easy access to the east side of Death Mountain, which has just a couple goodies for that.
I think the Titans were the game changer in this seed, especially.
Not for
Definitely.
you.
Yeah, and the best thing about this seed really is that there's so many ways to route in all 20 of the Triforce pieces that you can get, because you can find, you go hunting for a cape and you could get that all sorted out, or you could just go to, if you go to Zora pretty early and you had Zora Bunny, you got a free Triforce right away. Or if you, and of course since the flute was found in desert, you could, and especially found Titan's on Bomba's tablet, you could make the big play and go over to the desert area, get a whole bunch of Triforce pieces that way. Some of the best things about this seed really is that even if you're not doing if you're playing it in a way where it's like there's still 10 more pieces that out there that's not just the 20 that you need.
Did Swamp Palace have some of those Triforce pieces?
It was never checked.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
I call 100%.
Yeah, I wanted to go Swamp after the Bombos, but then I found the mids and had the Dark Death Mountain and also Turtle Rock pretty sure. The only missing medallion was Quake. So I thought I will get the 20 pieces in T-Rock lately. Then I found the boots and for a moment I forgot about the Triforce piece on library.
Where were the boots?
Big chest, Turtle Rock.
Where was the fire rod?
That's a good question. I don't
Oh,
know.
you.
Fire Rod was the C-shaped house of Village of Outcasts.
I really
forgot
skipped
about
that. I really skipped that. I thought I made it. I did that before Thief's Down. Dang.
I went to
God.
Skywoods with that fire rod completely in the back and there was nothing.
Dude, I full cleared Ice Palace.
Did you find a Triforce piece?
Yeah, one. And a nice shovel.
At least. Yeah, it was
Actually,
pretty funny seat, I guess. A good race seat.
Yeah, it's
For me,
it's
it
pretty
was
easy to tell
horrible.
who's winning really in a race like a Triforce because you just look at your Triforce count. That way you know like, hey,
Was
I'm on
on-
these special Triforce phases. I'm doing it pretty quickly. I must be ahead. But in general though, what do you think of the Triforce hunt mode?
Well, it's a meme mode.
Yeah, it's a meme mode, but it's a fun meme mode.
I have another question. Does anybody remember what was in Sparrow Cave?
Spiral Cave.
20, I want to say, if I'm not correctly, it was like 20 rupees, I think.
No Triforce piece. That's important for me. Because I was out of logic all the time. Like I got 2 items early in Eastern, and I said, okay, I'm not gonna full clear Eastern just for a hard piece on the boss. And yeah, nice flippers.
I don't know, but I wanted to finish the seat completely with all dungeons after I found my boots. That's the thing about Triforce Piece Hunt. If you get all items before the Triforces, you just want to go for dungeons and beat some bosses, kick some ass, but in this
Yeah.
case, it was pretty much searching for the last Triforce piece.
I skipped every progression item I could have used. Insane. I skipped the fire out, I skipped the flippers, and with that I skipped also the boots. Insane.
Yeah, with the Triforce hunt is special because you don't have to really necessarily clear out every single dungeon. You just go for item density and just the items that you need to get into the dungeons itself, and just go for the item density. Yeah.
And Signums picks up his 20th piece, and he'll make his way over to Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, that's a good thing about Triforce Hunt. You can just leave the dungeon after finding 2 items. You don't even need to beat the boss, even if it's a crystal or something like that.
And with that, Signums has finished 4th on the restream with an official SRL time of 1:12:27, and that's good for 10th place overall. And just before Signums, we had Rufy O in 9th place with a time of 1:11:33.
Jeez.
Oof.
And hello, Signums.
Hey.
Hey.
GG.
Yeah. Kinda. Guess I should have went to TR earlier before ice. Oh well.
Yeah, but something that's kind of a burning question though is, what do you think about the Triforce mode as a whole?
Oh, I've always enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a fun mode. You don't have to worry about clearing every single dungeon. Just get the items you need and just finish it out.
Yeah, I've always had fun with it. It's just doesn't seem like most people enjoy it anymore. It's too bad, really.
Yeah, it's a niche mode.
It's not an ideal racing mode. I mean, it's a fun mode, but this is like a pedestal seat when you have basically the complete map open and you're missing one item and stuff like that. This is like, I don't want to say it's a luck thing, of course not only, but it kind of is.
Yeah, it is.
Harder, but
It's more luck than other modes since there's
that's
not
why.
really a fixed ending point like other ones. You get kind of a random, and you can just luck into a better path. just on accident.
Yeah, it's still fun either way, but
Yeah, it's a shorter race. Usually,
it's-
this is a little bit long for one, actually, for me. They're usually just right around an hour, and you're done.
So outside of that, though, there was that big question about it was pretty early on that AGA was possibly required. It was hard pushing at the very start.
Yeah, if we wouldn't have gotten the glove there to open up Death Mountain, then I probably would have gone straight to AGA. There was only 1 or 2 other checks left at that point. But that opened up, Hera, and then obviously that was where the hammer was, and it just went from there.
But I guess to wrap things up here, any final thoughts on this seed as a whole?
No, not really. That was kind of straightforward, honestly. Once you found that, it opened up most of the Dark World for you.
I just want to say thank you for having me on this restream, and yeah, see you next time.
Yeah,
Right.
also thanks from me for the restream. Thanks to the trackers, commentators, and all the people behind.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, especially on short notice.
Yeah, it's. I had to put everything together pretty quickly, and then yeah. But that's gonna do it here. So coming up on the schedule, going on right now on Speed Gaming 2, we have an SMZ3 randomizer community race. It's gonna be normal mode. I see Cheeseinator prior going on there, and coming up tomorrow. At 10:30, we have the Untitled Goose Game 80% Glitchless Tournament. Then at 1, this is on Speed Gaming 2 on 1 p.m. We have the Mega Man 9 tournament. At Speed Gaming 1, also there. We also have Untitled Goose Game, some SMB3 randomizer tournaments going on, the Kirby Amazing Mirror tournament, some Crystallis randomizer tournaments, Ancient Dreams, some examples here. But also, more importantly too, we also have our daily races coming up. On 2 p.m. we will have an open race, and at 9 p.m. we will have a standard race. Those have not been decided, but if you want to follow up to check out those races for yourself, and also have a bit of fun with them too, just be sure to follow all the Speed Gaming channels from Speed Gaming 1 to Speed Gaming 2 through 6. And of course, once again, be sure to follow all of the runners. They did an excellent job getting their name out there, just having a good time. And of course, also give shout outs to our trackers. We have Dark Diplomat and Mr. Scruff Institute on tracking duty. And of course, if you want to follow me and my co-commentator Yoko, please do so. Any support from us is really appreciated. But until then, we shall probably send it over to SG3. We're going to have some SMC3 randomizer.
Until then, have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time for more of the Zelda randomizer. Take care, everyone.
Take it
Have
easy,
a
everybody.
good one.